Intex Challenger K1s. Second outing on the banks of the Wye. Heading down to Monmouth. So up ahead we've got, you can only just see the top of it poking out. But that is Wilton Castle. Right, we'll be a couple of miles down the Wye now. It's been a nice little paddle. The river is very slow, very shallow. Been one of the driest, well, it's actually been, I think, the driest and warmest summer of my lifetime, 36 years. So the only one that surpassed this, I think, what people are telling me, is 76, but I'm far too young to remember that one. Oh, can't really see it, but on the right hand side there we've got Goodrich Castle. Quite a beautiful old ruined castle actually, if you ever get a chance to pop up and have a look. It's very nice. We're just, I think we're on our way, not far from Cairn Bridge, I think. Again in the beautiful Wye Valley. Bit of effort to get down the river today. Bit hungover from yesterday, truth be told. And probably twice the amount of advised weight for a little Challenger K1. Convinced Dave's either done something to my boat or his, because mine's a lot slower than him. I've got a few kilos on him, don't get me wrong, but I think he's stuck some lead weights in the back of my boat.
Just by flawless technique.
Possibly an anchor I'm dragging behind me. I'm sure it was easier than this last time. But yeah, beautiful day, beautiful scenery. Can't complain at all. We're probably going to pull up just past Cairn Bridge. We'll do a little review of the jet boil that Dave has bought. Be a bit quicker. I've got a little Tokes titanium stove that requires, you know, cutting up some sticks, making a fire, which is what I enjoy, I won't lie. But if you want some speed, we brought a little gas cooker today just to probably get some soup on the go, bit of bread, just a bit of energy, and then we'll set sail again and probably look for somewhere to camp. Thinking somewhere between Cairn Bridge and Simmons Yacht. Anyway, we'll see. Up ahead we have Cairn Bridge. Just between Ross and it's the bridge that goes over if you're going up to Simmons Yacht or possibly Monmouth. Heading that way. Kind of old beautiful bridge. If you were coming down this way, you could jump out on the left hand side, a little stroll up, and you get to the inn on the Wye. I won't lie, eaten there a few times. The food is pretty terrible. Cheap, fills the gap, but you know, sort of chain rubbish really. Wouldn't recommend it for a nice evening meal with the missus or anything like that, but if you're kayaking or canoeing down here, it is a good place to stop for some refreshments. We have found a very small, it's hard to, so small it's hard to actually get it in picture, little spot just on the side of the Wye. We're just a couple of miles down from Cairn Bridge. Just pulled over. Not the most well thought out places, because getting stuff in and out of the canoes, or the kayaks rather, is proving tricky. That said, we just had about, no word of a lie, 300 bloody kayakers all jump on the river at just up from Cairn Bridge at the big canoe launch up there. Never seen so many people on the river in one go. Looks like some stag and hen possibly. Bit boisterous for our liking, so we pulled over and thought we'd get our cook on for a moment, let them all go down, get a few miles out of us, and then we'll carry on. Must say the little Challenger K1's got quite a bit of interest. especially off the chicks. Not sure if it was the boats or my athletic body that drew the attention. I'm not sure if sarcasm is being picked up very well by this video, but anyway, we've got the newest piece of equipment for our adventures. This is the jet boil. Dave bought this from Trek It the other day. Claims to do 500 mils of water in 2.5 minutes. We're going to go for a cup of soup, a bread roll, and some premium brand energy drinks, just to make sure we've got enough power in the motors to keep us going downriver. Okay, so
I can? Yeah.
after much ado, we've got 6 fluid ounces of water for you Yanks, or about 480 mil for the rest of the civilised world. Where's the little on Dewberry? Here we go. So, how the fuck do you like this then? Oh, either way. Wow, it's a lot easier than the steel that we've used before. I don't know whether we turn her up full whack or not. We'll turn her up full whack. Wow. Straight away. Bubbles. So, jet boil. Seems to be living up to his name. Good purchase from Trek It Dave, his new name. He seems to not be able to go in Trek It now without coming out with half a shot. But we've got what we've got here, Dave.
Tomato soup, chili tomato soup sachets.
Chili tomato soup sachets and
Heinz.
some bread rolls. So it's just a little something to fill the gap. To be honest, half the reason we stopped was just to let most of the riffraff through. Okay. I didn't film a lot for a while. We met this guy called Jimmy from Cornwall. James, God, same as a famous chef, James Martin. That's it. Legend. But 5 minutes with us, he was absolutely smashed. I feel a bit bad. We've pulled over to try and find somewhere to camp. Now we think we've got somewhere over there on the left-hand side. Bit of a farmer's field, sheep grazing. Can't see a farm for quite a long way, so I think we're going to be remote enough to just set up camp for the night and set off in the morning. Feel a bit bad. Sent Jimmy off in his canoe. He was pretty smashed, as I say. But you know, he's Cornish, so he spends a lot of time on the sea. I don't think the little river Wye is going to be too much of a problem for him. That being said, he fell in just before we got out, and he fell in again when we tried to set him off. But we never see you again, Jimmy. Rest in peace. It's a pleasure. Okay, we abandoned campsite number 1. Several issues. One of which was a little bit too well travelled in terms of for that farmer's field for our liking.
Sheep tracks.
Lots of sheep tracks, which is fair enough. We're going to chuck the hammock up and the tent, but like I say, just a little bit too well travelled. Nice. For many failed attempts of finding somewhere to camp. Everywhere was a bit too open or built up, or 3,000 signs saying private property, do not camp or land. Did find a lovely little spot, or Dave found a lovely little spot, but it turned out to be like an equestrian centre. So, and where he said for me to hang my hammock was where some horse jumps were. Anyway, I'm going to try and go between a couple of trees over here. We're on the edge of a farmer's field. Can't see really any sign of anyone. There's a load of sheep up there. Beautiful evening, a bit later than I was hoping to set camp up. we've just cleared some brash, and yeah, I'm trying to set up camp. So let's have a look. If I get the hammock up and see if we get the tent up. Dave's got a new tent now because he left his last one at the last campsite. Generosity there, leaving it for somebody else in need. So this is where we're going to call home for the evening, 8 o'clock. Right out. We found a little tuck. Well, I say found, we have to break ground a little bit, get through some nettles and whatnot. Got Dave on the right. He's just bought himself another little budget dome tent. They call them festival tents. All good as long as it's dry. Wouldn't want to be in there in heavy rain or wind, but perfect for the weather we've got now. And I've got the little Hennessy hammock.
You got that better than last time.
Set up. I think it is set up, as Dave said, a bit better. Seems to be a bit less bowed. I've actually got vertical trees to hang it from rather than sort of horizontal branches that I tried last time.
Could have done with a bit flatter floor really, but we're tucked out the way nice.
Yeah, I mean for Dave, obviously for the ground dweller, he's slightly on an uneven surface, but he's climbed in. He's
got a ground mat.
Proper comfy. He's got a ground mat, like he said. I've not put my fly on correct. Left it open to let a bit of breeze go through the hammock. Last time I was in freezing, I bought myself a new bag. Can't remember the make of it, but it's a 3-season bag. Goes down to 1 degree, so I think that's going to be more than adequate for tonight. So it's been a long, good day, but it's been long. A bit hungry now. Oh, Dave treated himself as well. He's got a new rab bag. Must admit, very impressed how small this thing packs down to. Again, rated down to 1 degree, so same as mine. Mine packs down a lot larger than his. I think you get what you pay for in this world with stuff like this. Obviously, you pay a little bit more for the name Rab, but it packs down probably 25% smaller than mine. About double the cost, but you've got it on sale, so it looks good. Yeah, a little bit of a problem with midges at the moment. Nothing too bad. See a few there. We'll get ourselves a little fire going in a bit. Keep them at bay. Get our cook on, I think. Okay, time for a little bit of tea, dinner, whatever you want to call it, whatever part of the world, whatever part of the country you're from. I always call it tea in my house. It's probably not correct Queen's English, but we've got the jet boil out again. So because it's so late in the day, it's 8 o'clock now. You know, we've done fire with flint and steel last time, and used a little Tokes wood burning stove, which I've got in my bag over there. As I say, just for convenience and speed, we're going to go for the jet boil.
Oh, just tried it out. It's new as well, isn't it?
Try it out, yeah, like Dave said. So Dave enjoyed his pasta carbonara so much last time, he's gone for another one. Dave's is one of these ones where, to the last video, you boil your water, you pour it in. Weirdly, as I said last time, it's got a whole array of letters on there. But again, no mention of any other letter than G, so boil water, pour into level G, seal for 10 minutes, off it goes. I've gone for a couple of different things this time, so I've gone for these Wayfarer. They're not cheap, but ready to eat, so you can eat them cold, or boil in the bag. Seems to be the technique with this one. So it's got its own water with it, so you know, you've got a bit more weight obviously in the food itself, but if you're transporting the water anyway to cook with, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, so no drawback or benefit in this circumstance. If I was going for a long time, I'd go for dry food and then probably, well, just boil water out the river, or you know, get a water filter of some sort. So we've got jet boil on there. It does not take long at all. Should be able to rolling boil in for a moment. Since our last outing a couple of weeks ago, I bought myself a new new member of the Tokes kitchen. 2 new things actually. So this is their 1100ml pot, graduated, got the handles on it. The reason I bought it, to be honest, was the bail handle. I'd quite like to get a decent fire going at some point. You know, make a tripod over it, hang that over a proper roaring fire and cook the food, but whilst we're short on time, this will be the method we use today. Slightly annoyed, I should have done a bit more research. I bought the 1300 pot. My wood burning stove, which is over my pack there, and everything else would have fitted inside, a bit like Russian dolls. Anyway, so probably have to spend more money again and buy one just so it fits in. It's not cheap, it's not, but I mean, God, it weighs nothing at all. And I had a spork last time, which, truth be told, was crap. A multi-tool, spoon, fork, and weirdly like a spanner, which I'm sure what you're going to need to undo some nuts and bolts on out here. But so I've gone for again another Tokes titanium long handle spoon. Again, this weighs literally nothing. So in the few moments that I've been speaking to you, 3 minutes 42 seconds, I think, since we lit it. Possibly less than that because I started rambling before, but we are already at a rolling boil. I think Dave's going to pour his into his in a second. Oh, right. It's pretty tricky. Maybe take the thing off.
You have to hold it. Screw it.
Right, so found a slight, not design fault, probably more recipe and spazzes. You might want to get that gas turned down before you get before we get really going. So Dave's going to pour in up to level G, as we previously explained, and then I'm going to pour some more water in and bring it back up to the boil. So a little bit of trouble here. Oh, a little bit of trouble with the disconnect.
Got him.
We've got him. So it all comes off in one go. Really cool little design. I mean, if you want water in a hurry, boiled, I've seen nothing better than this thus far. Okay, we're fed, watered. Jet boil was an absolute dream, to be fair. Yeah, boiled up super fast. No issues at all. My beans and sausages, the Wayfarer's beans and sausages in a bag, really good. I mean, as good as beans and sausages can be in a bag that lasts for 10 years. But tasty. I feel like you can feel the calories in it.
Definitely.
Carbonara again was a delight, wasn't it, Dave? I enjoyed that again. I should pour myself a little vodka and squash. Yeah, slightly classy drink there. Yeah, let the food go down. Have a little smoke, shoot the breeze, kick back and relax. We've got a long day ahead of us tomorrow, I think. But, well, I say that, we've got no real necessity to get anywhere in particular at all. We've got ourselves a little fire going. Made ourselves a little pit. Well, you won't be able to see much now. It's quite dark, but we've got a hammock over there. Tent, maybe make it out in the background. So just over here, we've just cleared a little bit of land away, and we've just got a very small, very modest fire. Again, keep the midges away, and it's just something nice about having a fire. Oh, morning campers. So, just woken up. Day 2. A little over 5:15 in the morning. Didn't sleep very well again. Not quite sure. Bloody freezing cold. Well, I say I was freezing cold. The problem I had last night was I couldn't really regulate my temperature very well. I seemed to be roasting hot in the sleeping bag. Freezing cold. If I didn't have it on. But back that way, surprising, is Yap Rock. There's the sun up over there. I'll try and get a shot of this a little bit later on. In half an hour and the sun will be out. Feel pretty good. Oh, hello. Oh, not sure about that. It's a strong orangey taste there. Oh, full of 12 B vitamins to help you release your energy, apparently. I think I'd need about 48 today. Beautiful blue sky. I think going to be a glorious day. They say red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning, but the forecast is sun, and 27 degrees. Probably look rough as hell this morning. See my nice get up, boating shoes, tracksuit bottoms and a hoodie. Couldn't look any more like I was just poaching some fish out the river. It's the alright, taken down. Amazing. Oh, that little whole thing. That little tiny bag. Oh, I see that. Left out a couple of guy wires. I'm going to replace all of those with some 550 paracord, I think. They're a little bit lightweight. You can never have too much paracord, can you, after all? So yeah, I've taken that down. Whilst I was at it, I fitted the snake skins to the Hennessy. Supposed to make setup just that bit easier. Often most people keep the fly in them as well, but I've read a few reviews of people saying that they prefer to keep the flies separate, because the fly's often damp from rain or condensation. But next time I set it up, if it's dry, nice dry day, I'll leave the fly on. As I can see then, you just simply connect the ropes, pull back your snake skins, and you just simply peg out the guys and it's ready to go. So next time, for convenience, that's what I'm going to do. But in the meantime, it's packed up. So check that in my stuff bag. Got my sleeping bag in there as well. Might treat myself to a bit more of a more expensive sleeping bag, something a bit packs down a bit smaller. But all in all, easy pack down. Morning, Dave.
Sleeping bag's good.
Is it good? I struggled again last night a bit.
Well, cold, is it?
Well, I don't know, it was weird. I was struggling to regulate my body temperature then, so I was fucking sweating my tits off. So I get out of the bag and I'd be freezing fucking cold and then boiling hot, so suddenly there's a real strong smell of shit. I don't know if that's just opened your tent.
Oh, fuck off, you cheeky bastard.
Where it smells like someone's died. You smell that?
I'm sure there was loads of stuff. I went for a piss, like, fucking real early this morning.
Yeah, I heard you.
And there was all fucking some, like, animals all like that. It freaked me out.
What, over here?
Yeah.
What sort of animals?
Yeah.
Eh?
Pterodactyl or something.
Pterodactyl.
Fuck off. Fuck yeah, it's not the comfiest to lie on this fucking nice little bit of flat land you got me for my tent.
Do you know I
Fucking hell.
got you?
Be fucking, wow. I mean, better on them fucking stones down there by the river.
You were sound asleep all night, man. Said you snoring away.
Oh, fucking side, sleeping down there. Oh.
Well, I've already packed down.
Me.
Just saying. Put my snake skins on. Say, it was beautiful this morning. All the fog. Huge amounts of like ground fog just everywhere. It was bloody sopping wet, but.
Oh. Broke my back sleeping like that.
On a Barocca.
Yeah, there's a broth.
Just made ourselves a little bit of breakfast. Gone for the
Not too bad.
beans and burgers.
Not quite as nice as a carbonara, but it's quite tasty.
Dave's gone for a tikka masala. It's a nice French stick. Camp's all down. A bit of tidying up to do, but we'll eat this. Have a wash. Unfortunately, that's going to be cold. And we get on our way. I've been down already this morning, and well, I've been up for a couple of hours longer than Dave, and I've had a bit more air in mine. Probably overinflated it now, but we'll see. She felt a bit slow yesterday. Maybe it's just me, fat and old. Thinking about putting some big rocks in the back of Dave's just to slow him down. In fact, I might just put them back there just to make him laugh. And make me laugh anyway. That's a good one. Should we? Put this big rock down the front just to make him laugh. Make me laugh. Yeah, you'll never know. Bit of weight slow him down. Tidy. You can see it. This is me. Yeah. You never know. Just a bit of extra weight in the front. Make me laugh for a bit. I'll tell him if he doesn't notice before he gets in after a few miles. Again, shits and giggles. Just heard a voice from the woods, can't see him. Dave's having his morning bathroom break. Somewhere up there in the wilderness. I've got my little bottle of Nivea Energy. Give myself a bit of a river wash. See how energised I feel afterwards. Won't lie, I'm fucking freezing now. Probably going to be another hour before the sun pops up over the ridge line. Unfortunately, very kindly, Dave's left his towel here for me to dry myself on. I just dried my balls on it. I didn't bring a towel, so.
Probably switch boat. I bet you switched boats. Tried to switch boats because mine was faster than yours. I bet that's what you did.
Switch boats.
Because you were so devastated with
put-
speed.
I put mine up this morning, put more air in it. I didn't bother pumping yours up because I wasn't sure if you wanted to tweak it to your
Trying to get a little advantage.
your own level of air. Nice bit of ball wash. Won't take him long, especially not in that cold water. Dave following suit, putting a bit more air in the intakes. I've massively overinflated mine. Probably a terrible idea. You'll get a puncture. But it just felt slow yesterday, as I said before. Feeling like more air equals more speed. Dave hasn't realised that I put a giant rock in the front of his yet. Let's see if he notices. Hopefully not before we get in. And I say, at least for a couple of miles downstream. I might tell him when we get down to the Saracen's Head just after we go through the rapids. Could be interesting. So Dave's feeble attempt to put more air in his kayak has resulted in him taking the plug out and the whole thing deflating. Luckily they only take a few minutes to pump up, but did amuse me for a moment. Anyway, I'll stop filming, give him a hand. He's inflating nicely now. After Dave decided to let all the air out.
Huh?
After Dave decided to let all the air out.
I'm gonna fucking slash yours.
You know, I
Fucking
put a rock in
switch the
his.
boats because I'm fucking lightning and you're fucking trailing in my wake.
Definitely didn't switch the boats. I'm going to write my name in mine for the future.
What? Last place.
We'll
Oh,
see.
boats.
We'll
Do you
see
wanna-
who's last place today. Okay. Sad moment. Unfortunately, Dave was more thorough with his pre-flight checks than I was expecting. He found the giant rock I so cleverly and wittily placed in the front of his boat.
Prep.
Never mind. He hasn't noticed the big bit of string I've tied to the back, connected to
Tied to the tree.
tied to the tree. So I think it's a little past 8 o'clock, 20 past 8, something like that. We're packed up. So, gone for a slightly different technique this time. I've carabined the bag, my one bag to the back, the dry bag's behind the seat as always. But I've gone for a minimal weight at the front. See if it makes it a little bit swifter through the water.
Keep up with me.
You set sail. We're off. Oh, I missed a beautiful view of some Jack Rock behind, but the river was a bit fast. Anyway, we're off. Just up ahead, we've got the bridge that leads to Simonjat West. It's a little single track bridge. You go over that, goes over towards the Saracen's Head, up to Yat Rock, and up to the Forest of Dean if you keep on going, but very quiet at the moment still. New technique. Gone for the lie down approach. Won't lie. Comfortable as shit. And Dave's got the same idea. Somewhere over there. Not doing a lot of paddling yet, just mostly floating.
I look back up and I'm going.
We'll track the beam. Well, Dave, I think he's pretty comfortable back there as well. Somewhere. Can't really see him. Yep, as I say. Living life. Didn't do any videos of the Saracen's Head and everything behind us. You might be able to see. You see what I'm doing, but anyway, most upset because nowhere does fucking breakfast. I mean, why would you not do breakfast? So, swapped food for the lovely Stella Artois, and we're heading towards the famous, I won't say famous, but the rapids at Simonjat. Not sure how well we're going to fare. Thought about filming it, but probably best if I put my phone down. So we survived the rapids by the skin of our teeth. I had a bit of water going up inside the boat, but for professional kayakers like ourselves, the river is much more enjoyable down through Simonjat. Obviously it narrows up quite a bit, so it squeezes the Y through a more narrow channel, so you get a bit faster flowing water and a few rapids and stuff, so it's quite nice. Just approaching, I asked Biblin's Bridge, the sort of foot suspension bridge. Just to cycle across that as a young lad. Dave's just broke out the Sove. Raise him up, Dave.
Cheers.
There we go. I've got the Sove. Things are getting a little bit desperate now though. We're down to, I'm on my last can of Stella. I've got my little bottle of Sove left. And
You've only got bloody water left.
no, I've got vodka. 3 bottles of vodka. Some squash and some water, so we'll survive. Right, just up ahead in the bushes. I'm trying to paddle one-handed here, so it's not going to work. Just saw a peregrine falcon land. I'm going to put this down a sec. Apologies. I'm going to try and get closer. I've lost him.
There. On that branch under that bush. Oh mate, I'm so close to him.
There's a proper peregrine falcon there. Oh, he's off. That was amazing. Didn't really catch very good video, but I could really video this all day. I mean, in terms of where we are, area of outstanding natural beauty. I mean, got that right. Could be anywhere in the world. Coming down here, middle of nowhere. Don't get me wrong, there's a footpath on the right hand side that you can't see. There's a footpath on the left hand side you can't see. But once you sat down here, it's almost like you could be in like prehistoric fucking jungles of Belize or something. I mean, it might be a bit dramatic, but I don't know. It's just cool. Right on my doorstep as well. So I must admit, £100 in-tax challenges. Come on, videotape my seat. £100 in-tax challenge of K1s. Best £100 I've spent. I've had £200 worth of fun already this morning. Maybe 3. Going through some slightly quicker water again. It's really, really pleasant. We are literally just bobbing down. Absolutely spectacular piece of river. Oh. Dave set his canoe on brilliant mode, which he's enjoying very much. I have to agree. My boat seems to be set to brilliant mode right now. Just did me a 360 down through the slightly faster running water, and I'm pointing back in the right direction. A few cans of Stella, bottle of Sauvignon. Oh, still got another little mini bottle. It has turned into a little bit of a booze cruise now, which is not what we set out to do, but well, then again, we bought a lot of alcohol before we come, so maybe subconsciously this was what it was always going to be. But it's a fantastic day. Absolutely fantastic. Probably look like a smug cunt, or I'm a bastard, pardon my language. Yeah, just couldn't really be more relaxed now if I tried. Nothing more to report really. We're just going to keep on floating till we get to Monmouth. I think I'm getting a bit sunburnt. Do I care? Right now, not really. Am I hungry? A little. Do I have many other cares in the world? No. Numbers of fucks given right now? 0. So, all in all, good day. There we go. Chilling. So, I say Lucozade Sport, but that is probably 50% vodka, 50% super concentrated Robinson squash. I actually found that to be a lifesaver, to be fair. I can't drink water, I find it a bit bland, and I like a bit of flavour, but you don't want to bring a big bottle of squash with you. And you find these little tiny Robinson bottles of squash that are like super 25 times concentrated or something. A couple of little squirts, you got some squash. On the plus side, I'm not a big vodka drinker on its own, so again, you want a mixer. What have you got with you when you're on a camping and kayaking trip? Water. Where's your flavour? Robinson squash. So, actually, I'm liking it. Robinson squash, triple super concentrate, whatever it is, 25 times. Good with vodka, good with water, good at getting you pissed. What the fuck is that? Fucking duck slip fighting. Fucking ruining my video.
Have I ruined the video?
No, the ducks.
I thought they made it, really.
The ducks. Well, probably. It was more interesting than the shit I was talking.